I'll take a guppy today, it's so cold.
The fish are shrinking, it's so cold. Okay, we strapped in.
Yeah. Strapped and loaded, folks. Come on, let's drive. Never give up! Never give up!
When I fish like him, you know I'm fishing hard. You might just wanna send it out. We're going Ike.
Here we go. We're getting ready to fish with a really good friend of mine, Morgan from Hobie. Morgan's a great guy. We filmed Going Ikes before, but we're at a really special place. We're fishing the Ouachita River in Arkansas, in the Ouachita National Forest. This is a cool place because it's a series of lakes and dams. And what we're going to target are the spillway sections of the Ouachita River. So below Lake Hamilton, below Lake Ouachita, and this is a multi-species show. We're after anything that bites. And I love that about fishing. We're going to be fishing in the brand new Hobie 360 kayak, the 360 drive. You know, in my opinion, kayak fishing has changed the fishing world. It's easy, you could fish anywhere with them, but the main thing with kayak fishing is it puts you at the level of the fish. And you know, in my opinion, this scenario, river fishing, spillway fishing, there's no better place to put this new Hobie 360 to the test.
Hi! What's going on?
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good to see you.
Look at this place.
Now, Morgan, we're out in the middle of nowhere. How we found this ramp, I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Now, this is the essence of fishing, though. We've never been here.
Yep.
We have no idea what's going to bite, and we're just going to go fishing.
I love that. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
It's beautiful, right?
Yeah, man. Look at that.
Now, real quick before we put in, we've got this nice shiny bass boat in the back, but we're not fishing out of bass boats today. Today is a kayak adventure.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about, I'm excited because we're fishing in a new Hobie kayak. This is brand new. Tell me what we're fishing out of today.
So the brand new Hobie Pro Angler Mirage Drive 360s are pretty much our latest and greatest Mirage Drive. And I'm super excited to spend the day on the water with you and get to showcase that. It's basically like having a human-powered trolling motor at your feet. That drive spins around any direction as many times as you like. So boat control is going to be insane. And you're going to be able to cast and position your boat a lot better than you have before on our kayaks.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I brought the 14 because you know how much gear I bring.
I know. Yeah, you've got, I think, what, you've got 3,000 pounds of gear today?
Yeah. So I'll carry all the tackle.
Done. Boat positioning, kayak positioning, it's key. You know, making the right cast, and you're going to see that today. We're fishing a spillway. We're fishing a river type of system, and there's going to be a lot of areas we fish today that we've got to get around a tree, a boulder, a rock, a buoy, and to be able to maneuver and set up. That's what makes this 360 special. You know, here we are, we're rigging up, and great thing about today is it's a blank slate. Morgan and I, we've never been here. We have no idea, and I'm keeping it simple. I've got 2 of the Abu Garcia Ike travel rods. These are 3-piece rods. They come with 2 separate tips. I'm keeping it simple. You know, the hard part is now what to start with, you know. Looking at the water, we've got clean water. There's not a lot of current flow, so I'm going to do a finesse bait and a reaction bait. I'm going to start out with a little power swimmer, 2.8 power swimmer. On this one, I think I'm going to put a little dive-in crankbait, and with those 2, hopefully we can get a bite or 2.
So this is what I was talking about, the Mirage Drive 360. Spins around in every direction, so ultimate boat control. You can pedal sideways, backwards, whichever way you want. It's awesome.
That's insane.
We're going to put it to use today. adjust them and twist them in every direction.
Dude, the great thing about the ram mounts is the versatility of them. You can move them around, change devices, go from action cams to depth finders. These things are invaluable, man.
Yeah. Another great thing about the Mirage Drive 360 is it comes with our kick-up fins. So if you're going along and you impact a log or a rock, these are just going to fold down, and then as you start pedaling forward, push back into position like that. So
wow.
That's going to make this thing more durable, and you're going to be able to take it more places.
Are you saying that these might be Ike proof?
I think they're Ike proof, man. We had to make them Ike proof because I know you run these things.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Nice trout. Finally. Look at that. That little marabou jig did the trick. Oh, it just popped out. But, you know, I was getting those short strikes on the 3-inch paddle tail, switched to a smaller bait, and that little beauty came up and hit it. I'll take that all day long. A gorgeous Arkansas rainbow trout. Let's let him go. There he goes. Awesome. That's that little marabou jig right there on an 1/8 ounce head. I was just casting that down, letting it sink in between all this vegetation and just popping it. And before I knew it, that trout hopped on it. See if we can get another one here.
Ah! Ah! He got me in the rope. He got me in the rope. Oh. 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 Big trout, dude. Ah! I just made a switch. I switched from that hair jig to gulp. It was literally my first cast with Berkeley gulp. Little gulp minnow on a VMC little crappie jig head. And this is a big trout. Oh, I can't get one that's stuck. One that's stuck. Look at that. Wow. Wow. There's no better feeling than coming out here to a place you've never been, tough conditions, post-frontal, cold water, and figuring out the bite. Based off of the fish that Morgan caught, we're making some changes and we're figuring it out. Man, if this doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what does. You know, a lot of people say you gotta be in a boat, you gotta be in a bass boat. Let me tell you, catching these fish, bass, trout, saltwater, freshwater, in a kayak, there's nothing like it. Here he goes. Here he goes. Yes. 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 Look at that. The beauty of just figuring it out, fishing the moment. You know, I made a little switch, knew they were on small baits, and made a switch from the hair jig just to a little gulp minnow. This is one of my favorite baits anytime the fishing's tough, especially when you're around fish like trout, saltwater species, smallmouth. That's just a real little 2.5 gulp minnow in a color called Emerald Shiner. And I'm fishing it on just a real small, it's an 1/8 ounce VMC crappie jig head basically. Great combination, fishing it slow near the bottom, using the 7-foot medium Abu Garcia Ike travel rod, 10-pound braid to 8-pound Flora. Perfect combination. Wow, that was awesome. Morgan, what do you think? We had a decent start. We had a few bites. You caught 2.
Yep.
I caught 1. Some nice trout. But there's got to be other stuff going on up here.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's a pretty small area we were sitting in and concentrating in.
Yeah.
I think if we go down here and do some exploring, who knows what we'll find, you know?
Let's explore. Let's see if we can get a couple more species.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good to
Do
me.
it.
Figured I'd throw this white chatterbait. I know it's cold, but if there is a big striper hanging out in some of these piles of vegetation, I figured this might trigger a strike, you know, one come up and hammer this thing. I'm throwing this as a Hail Mary bait, you know. Fish on right here. Largie. It's a largie. Come on. It's a long, skinny largie. Just a little bit of beef. It's cold. I just brought it over one of those tree branches. All right. Look at that. Another species. Just hold me.
Man, day 2, you know, it was a tough day yesterday. We come back, we're on the Ouachita River, right below the dam of Lake Ouachita. We had an okay day yesterday. We caught a few trout, we caught a few pickerel, and we missed a few giant stripers. It haunted us all night. I couldn't even sleep last night thinking about the potential of a 20, 30, even 40-pound striper.
Coming.
Now you hear fish stories all the time about the one that got away, but honestly I had a 30, 40, who knows, 50-pound striper on yesterday that was pulling drag so hard it burned my thumb. So we've come back for revenge. I'm comfortable. I've been in the 360 all day yesterday. I'm ready. We've got some new baits. And this is the part of fishing where if you're a hardcore fish head like we are, you know, and you have a bad day, you miss a few, you want that second chance. And this is our second chance day.
Absolutely. You know, we came out here, we didn't know what to expect, Mike, and we caught a few trout in the morning, some pickerel, a largemouth, and then all of a sudden you saw that one big striper chasing that gizzard shad.
Yeah.
Put on a big bait, had a follow, and then you hooked one and had a heartbreak. The thing was spooling you, straighten out your hook. So we're prepared for today. We're gonna give it our all. And man, fingers crossed we hook a big one.
Fingers crossed. I love it. Prepare yourself for revenge. Come on, let's go. So like right there, I'm in 17, and I went over one that's in like 11 or 12. I just went over a giant in 16 feet of water, and the fish is on the bottom in 15. A giant, another giant. Small fish. I got him. Walleye! A walleye! Look at that. DT10 in his face. DT10 in his face. That for sure is not the giant striper we're looking for, but look at that. That is an honest to goodness walleye from the Ouachita River. Look at that. Man, I'll take some 20, 30 inches of those later today. Look at that thing. Wow. Very cool. Keep adding to the list. Keep adding to the list today. Look at that little baby. That was a cool bite.
A spotted bass. Wow. Another species. Add to the list. DT10 in his face.
Jacked it. Wow! You see that? Yeah, I got him. Smallmouth. Other species. We have largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass, pickerel, walleye, rainbow trout. Morgan, we're only missing one.
That's right.
The old striper. We're going to work our way back to the ramp. If we catch that striper, we've completed our mission. If we don't, we have a great plan B. There's a little tiny pond that's probably loaded with largemouth, and we're going to go hit that thing as a plan B. But we're going to try to catch that striper. Smallmouth.
So it was a really tough 2 days of fishing on the Ouachita River. Had some opportunities for some big stripers. It's fishing. Sometimes you lose them. We've just got a few hours left. And you know what? The best way to deal with loss and frustration and depression is to keep on fishing. So we looked on our little satellite mapping here, little Google machine, and we found a pond in the middle of nowhere. Have no idea if there's bass in there. Have no idea if we can even launch the kayak. But we're going down this little tiny dirt road, and we're gonna try to keep on fishing. Come on, let's go.
She said proceed to the route. Wow, this is definitely not a place we'd want that bass boat the other day. That tire would have definitely been smoked, huh? Full send! Never give up. Never give up! Never give up! Full send. Fishing only, the sign says. Well, that's what we're here to do!
Full freaking send. Full send. Thank you, Toyota, for getting me here. Full send.
This is the best. This is the best thing we've done all day. Way better than losing that giant striper. Yes. Come on, let's go.
I left my stupid wallet and cell phone at the lunch place we were just at, like an idiot. So now I'm cutting into our fishing time, and we really need to catch some fish. So we're at the top of the hill here. Let's see if we have some service. It's not ringing. Hello? So Noah and Mike, we've been gone for like 15 minutes right now trying to locate my cell phone and wallet. He's gonna be fishing, and the two pro anglers are gonna be sitting there all beautifully ready to go. Watch. He's sitting in his Hobie.
Big one. Oh! Yeah! Number one. Look at that. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Number 2, he crushed it, dude. Right around all that bait, huh? Big one. Oh. Ah. Another feathering fish. Got him. Look at that. Another one on a vibrating jig off the bank using that feathering technique. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. Number 3, Pond X. Here's one on the jig. Here's one on the jig. One on the jig. Hey, that's a good one. Look how fat that little guy is. Wow. Same deal. Just instead of using the vibrating jig, I switched to the unbladed version. Just a black and blue, half-ounce missile mini flip jig with a black and blue chigger crawl on it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, look, now I'm marking them. Oh, our bites have been in sort of little groups. There you go. Another jig fish, mini flip. It's funny, this bank breaks down. Every single bite I've had today has been on this break line and where there's a little piece of old wood, a tree or a piece of bush. Every bite today. Morgan, I gotta tell you, I had so much fun, but that was, what was
Of course. No, hey, okay, that sound is like a perfect freaking, it's a perfect summary to our last 2 days, right?
It was the most bizarre 2 days of fishing I've ever had. You know, if you fish, you know about those days where nothing goes right, everything goes wrong, you lose the big fish. That was our 2 days, but through it all, dude, we caught them.
Yeah.
And we still had fun. Can we fish somewhere next year where it's warmer and the fish are biting?
Yes, please.
Can you promise me that?
Yeah, we're not scheduling a trip in November again. Remember,
Okay.
That was our last one too.
It was,
We need to
yeah.
go in like July or something.
We need to go in June or July. Listen to me. I hope everybody enjoyed watching this episode of Going Ike. Morgan and I had a blast. And remember, all these episodes are real. You don't always catch them. Sometimes you have bad days. And I hope you can appreciate that. If you're a real fisherman, I know you will. See you later. Have a good one. It's the truth. You know?
Yeah.
You know, that's fishing.
Going rip the fries, baby. Going straight for the juice. You know what I mean? Going straight for the juice. You know what I'm saying?
On that technique that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
kill them.
Well, yeah, just help yourself.
I just want to, before I leave this week, I just want to steal one.
You're gonna have to ask Carl.
Yeah, man. Look at that. Look at the size of that rainbow, dude. What is that? Is that a dildo? It is!
Serious? Oh shit.
They don't want salad on their meat, you know what I mean? They just want meat. It's crazy. And nobody knew about this? Like, you don't know if it says four-wheel drive or not. That was a full fucking send. We're going to the hot tub time machine, and I'm going back to the 80s. Come on, let's time travel. For information on the product and gear used in the show, go to MikeIaconelli.com and follow me on my social feeds at Mike Iaconelli. And if you want to help grow the sport of fishing, get kids involved.
Go to theikefoundation.org to figure out information on how you could help get involved in getting kids fishing.